Forbidden tapes recording the existence of deformed creatures in the abyss are spreading at breakneck speed, sowing terror that leaves viewers sleepless. From a breathless pursuit in the ocean, where a tiny canoe becomes helpless prey for a pack of bloodthirsty blue-skinned beasts frantically boarding the vessel, to the spine-chilling moment when a twisted entity, riding on the back of a killer whale like a knight of death, arrogantly glides past the lens with soulless eyes. This is not cinematic CGI, but vivid evidence of the darkest legends once hidden at the bottom of the deep sea. Prepare nerves of steel and stay patient until the very last second, because the upcoming footage will etch itself into your mind, forever changing how you perceive the safety of the ocean. Ambush of the Coast Monster. The murmuring sound of ocean waves on a desolate, foggy beach in Oregon, USA is torn apart by the patchy flashlight beam of a night walker. The light sweeps across wet rocks and suddenly stops at a dark recess, where a bizarre, huddled creature is trying to hide. When illuminated directly, it doesn't run away like normal instinct dictates. Instead, the creature slowly crawls out, its gaunt, pale body dragging on the sand inch by inch toward the light holder. Its cloudy eyes reflect extreme despair from hunger or injury rather than pure ferocity. The moment it gathers its last strength to lunge forward, the camera goes black, leaving a tragic ending buried in darkness. Although skeptics might immediately label this horrific ending as CGI, the naked despair in that creature's eyes before attacking is something no simulation technology can fake. The Gaunt Mermaid's Flight. Grainy old footage from 2009 accidentally preserved a heart-wrenchingly lonely moment on the wild rocky coast of Cornwall, UK. In the sad purple twilight, a shaky lens catches a silhouette sitting quietly on a rock jutting into the sea. It is a mermaid creature with a body so gaunt and sickly that the spine and ribs are clearly visible beneath pale skin, long matted black hair obscuring a hollow face. It sits there, motionless and solitary, as if immersed in the ancient sorrow of its species. But the moment it detects human presence, that piece shatters, showing no intent to attack. The creature reacts with sheer terror. It flings itself into the cold water hastily and desperately to escape, leaving only white foam trails. Watching that wasted figure flee in panic, viewers feel a surge of deep pity for a life forced to hide in shadows, always living in fear of encroachment by the human world. Hauling the screaming eel-headed freak. An uneven battle for survival is taking place on a slippery deck in the stormy North Sea. Fishermen in thick protective gear are bracing themselves, using all their strength to haul up an unusually heavy net. Inside that green cage is not a school of fatfish, but an elongated, stark white creature thrashing madly. When its head emerges from the mesh, a shocking form is revealed, a hybrid sea monster with a long neck like a giant eel, but sprouting spindly, weak human arms. The most haunting feature is the gaping red mouth opening wide. That is not the bite of a predator, but looks like the silent scream of a suffocating being. Seeing that soft body brutally squeezed by the net, viewers cannot help but feel pain for a deviant life writhing in agony before taking its last breath in the strange human world. The deep sea mutant's flight. The eerie silence at the bottom of the Baltic Sea abyss is broken by a lone beam of light from a diver's flashlight. In the murky green water curtain, the beam accidentally sweeps over a pale silhouette floating. It is not a corpse, but a humanoid creature with ghastly white, slippery skin and a body pitifully thin. When sensing intrusion, it whips around. Its face appears vividly hollow, with dark circled eyes wide open in sheer panic facing the human. Immediately, survival instinct rises strongly. The creature kicks its long legs hard, shooting into the darkness with rocket speed, leaving behind a cloud of silt to blind the enemy. Watching how it flees in terror, the diver doesn't feel threatened, but rather a lingering remorse. Perhaps this is just a poor soul trying to hide from the destruction of the world above, and our presence only brought it unnecessary terror. The blue shadow's lightning fish snatch. The excitement of a night fishing trip off Key West, Florida, suddenly turns into a moment of stupor when nature decides to reclaim what belongs to it. The angler is putting all his strength into fighting a large fish, the rod bending sharply, signaling a trophy catch. However, just as the fish surfaces, a jade green shadow suddenly shoots up from the dark sea like an arrow. It is a mermaid creature with magically glowing skin and long black hair, recklessly approaching the gunwale to execute a daring robbery. Instead of attacking the human, it only targets the hooked fish, snatching the bait away to the sheer astonishment of the young man. That lightning-fast and reckless action does not carry the color of aggression, but exudes the desperation of hunger, perhaps at the bottom of an ocean depleted of life sources. This mystical creature has been cornered, forced to gamble its life with humans just to exchange for a survival meal. White-eyed nightmare clinging to the gunwale. Amidst the thick darkness covering the Black Sea turkey, fear has completely frozen all activity on this small fishing boat. Clinging tight to the gunwale, right on the newly hauled net, is a humanoid creature with ashen gray skin and haunting, glowing white eyes. Its jagged, razor-sharp teeth are bared, making anyone seeing it flinch and step back. The fishermen stand frozen at a safe distance. No one brave enough to approach to remove or drive away this uninvited guest. However, looking closely through that ferocious shell, we see another heartbreaking truth. The creature shows no intent to attack. Its gaunt hands are just trying to cling to the boat side in exhaustion, like a drowning person seeking a temporary resting place. The moment it lets go, sliding off the net and quietly sinking back into the deep sea, one realizes that was not a monster's escape, but the image of a lonely being accepting a return to cold darkness and its own oblivion. Spiny-headed beast rampaging in the net. The blizzard roaring over the Barents Sea, Norway seems completely overshadowed by the violent hand-to-hand struggle taking place right on the slippery deck. A burly fisherman in a dirty white protective suit is using his entire body weight to pin down the net mouth, where something heavy and frantic is trying to escape. When the final knot is loosened, what slides out of the net is not cod or king crab, but a true biological nightmare. This creature is a horrific error of creation. It possesses an upper body with long, stark white, spindly arms like a human, but connected to a slimy fishtail. However, what freezes the blood in viewers' veins is its head, completely lacking human features. Its head is pitch black, covered in layers of sharp spikes bristling like a devil's helmet. Ghostly glowing emerald green streaks around the neck and mouth further enhance its deadly, toxic appearance. There is no compassion here, only high alertness and naked terror. The fisherman understands he is holding a supreme predator of the abyss. Its thrashing is strong enough to nearly throw the man overboard. This is a battle of strength, where humans are forced to subdue the beast at all costs if they don't want to become victims of those spiked jaws. Ghostly hand blocking the Explorer vessel camera. The journey to salvage data from a mysterious shipwreck in the Bermuda Triangle has never been a mission for the faint-hearted. The exploration ROV is trudging through rusty iron beams covered in time sediment under the terrible pressure of the bottom. High-power floodlights tear through the eternal night, illuminating the darkest corners of the ship. Suddenly, the control screen shakes violently as something actively approaches the device. A stark white, ghostly glowing hand suddenly reaches out, blocking the lens's view as if to stop human intrusion. The structure of this hand is completely alien, with long, spindly fingers connected by thin, transparent webbing. Behind that hand is the face of a humanoid creature with pale skin, pitch black, soulless eyes staring blankly at the camera. Without fear or pleading, its action exudes the coldness and high alertness of a tomb guardian. As soon as it realizes the light won't turn off, it immediately lets go and performs an upward swimming motion, its body gliding through the water lightly as a weightless ghost, then quickly dissolving into the thick darkness above the wreck. This flash encounter leaves a chilling obsession that at the bottom of the ocean, humans are always watched by invisible eyes. Knife-toothed assassin escapes back to sea. A true nightmare has materialized on the deck of a fishing boat amidst the turbulent Tasman Sea, where darkness covers everything and night nets often hide the ocean's most terrifying secrets. As the winch shaft groans pulling up a heavy net, the excitement of a bountiful catch is instantly extinguished and replaced by sheer terror. Trapped suspended in midair is a humanoid creature with skin stark white, pale, slippery, and cold as frost. However, what makes seasoned fishermen recoil simultaneously, hands gripping defensive weapons, is its hideous face. Deep-set, soulless eyes and a mouth gaping wide to its ears, displaying jagged, sharp teeth interlaced like daggers ready to tear flesh. This monster shows no sign of fear or begging for mercy. On the contrary, it growls, thrashing madly in the net with the cruelty of a supreme predator cornered. The danger exuding from those deadly jaws makes no one dare to venture close. Exploiting the moment of human paralysis, the creature summons all its strength to execute a violent thrash. It hurls its body over the railing, shedding confinement and throwing itself into the black water below, leaving relief mixed with obsession for those who just luckily escaped the Grim Reaper's scythe. Pale corpse washed ashore. The howling winds carrying the salty taste of the sea on the wild coast of Western Australia seem colder than usual today. On the white sand, waves have just washed up a creature with a form that makes anyone witnessing it shudder in horror. It is a massive merman entity, possessing skin pale as wax, mixed with patches of cadaverous gray-blue running along the body. Sharp fins growing from its arms and back look like defensive blades, ready to inflict injury on anyone daring to intrude. However, the center of terror lies in its distorted face. Its eyes stare wide, soulless but cold, and the mouth gapes wide open to the ears. This gaping posture could be mistaken for a cry for help, but the cruelty exuding from its teeth and demeanor extinguishes any intention of rescue. 3 tourists standing in the distance only dare to raise their phones to record in extreme caution, keeping an absolute safe distance. No one dares to approach, because instinct tells them this creature, though stranded, is still a ruthless killing machine not yet fully devoid of danger. Bizarre spine in the net. The harsh sun on the tropical waters of Sulawesi, Indonesia cannot dispel the cold aura of death that just enveloped this small fishing boat. 3 sun-tanned men are straining to pull up a heavy net, hoping for a bountiful trip. However, joy quickly vanishes and is replaced by sheer astonishment. Mixed in the dying silver fish is a bizarre creature, a freak without the complete form of any known species. No one can define what species this is. It has no fins, no normal flesh, just a hybrid mass of decomposing corpse and deep-sea monster. Its presence on the deck makes the space suffocating and full of the smell of death. The fishermen stand frozen, hands gripping the net edge but not daring to touch the creature, because instinct tells them this thing is a dark omen from the ocean floor that humans absolutely should not disturb. Creature riding a killer whale. All natural laws were completely torn apart in the pitch-black night waters off Puget Sound, Washington, where squid fishermen just recorded footage challenging all human understanding. Cutting through waves alongside the boat is a giant killer whale, the ocean's apex predator, but what freezes the blood in viewers is not the whale, but the thing riding on its back. A humanoid creature with ashen, corpse-pale skin is clinging tight to its host, turning the ocean assassin into a docile mount. Its long, soaking wet black hair whips the air, revealing a gaunt face exuding extreme malice. There is no affection or friendly bond here, only brutal and ghostly dominance. The rider's eyes glow stark white, pupilless, staring forward with menacing madness. It gapes a wide mouth, revealing jagged teeth as if screaming orders to force the host to rush faster. This scene brings a chilling message that deep under the sea, there are dark forces strong enough to subdue even the mightiest ocean monsters, turning them into slaves serving secret movements in the night. Japanese fishermen wrestling a sea monster. The jarring sound of wood hitting, mixed with wild growls, has turned the working space on a fishing boat in Fukui waters, Japan, into a suffocating life-or-death arena. 3 local fishermen are mobilizing all strength and high concentration to restrain a creature just caught in the net, something they believe is an omen of calamity, not sea bounty. They use a large wooden plank, pressing hard on the creature's chest to pin it to the deck, preventing any attempt by the beast to rise and attack. This creature bears the form of a mermaid from the darkest legends. The lower body is a fishtail covered in cold emerald scales, while the upper body bears the ashen gray of rock and death. Long, soaking wet black hair mats to the face, recalling yokai spirits in Japanese folklore. When it lifts its head, true horror is revealed: a ferocious face with white eyes full of hatred and sharp canine teeth bared, ready to tear apart anyone lowering their guard. There is no mercy in the fishermen's eyes. They clearly understand that if that plank slips even an inch, this aggressive creature will instantly turn them into victims of those deadly jaws. Monster pack cracking submarine glass. The suffocating space inside the cockpit of an exploration submersible at the deep Mariana Trench is turning into an iron coffin as the pressure alarm shrieks. Outside the inches-thick tempered glass, eternal darkness has been dispelled by the appearance of a pack of stark white humanoid monsters surrounding the vessel like hungry piranhas. They possess slippery, pale bodies with grotesque long limbs, attacking the ship with mad aggression, their twisted, deformed faces pressed tight against the glass, soulless eyes staring at the trembling humans inside, creating a hellish landscape. The situation becomes desperate when the continuous impacts of the beast pack begin to take effect. A piercing crack rings out, followed by spiderweb fractures spreading fast on the observation window surface. The fragile safety line between life and thousands of tons of water pressure is crumbling by the second before the power of the sea monsters. The video ends abruptly in the sound of groaning metal and images of monster hands clawing madly, leaving a haunting open ending about the tragic fate of the ill-fated expedition that dared to invade forbidden territory. Speedboat hunted by blue demons. The maximum speed of a speedboat tearing through the wind on the waters of Hauraki Gulf, New Zealand at sunset cannot shake off the pack of reapers clinging close behind. A group of tourists is experiencing the most terrifying moments of their lives when a relaxing beach trip suddenly turns into a life-or-death race with a pack of aggressive sea monsters. From beneath the white frothing water created by the propeller, humanoid creatures with ghostly jade-green skin rise, gliding on the waves with illogical flexibility and speed. They show no fatigue. On the contrary, their eyes burn with a mad thirst for fresh blood. Pointed faces, bared jagged teeth threaten, and sharp webbed hands continuously reach out, clawing at the air, trying to grip the slippery boat side to climb up. The drama peaks when a monster gathers momentum to jump high, half its body rising completely out of the water, pressing right behind the driver's back. Their goal is very clear: capsize the boat or drag the unfortunate victims down to the deep to tear apart. This brutality shows this is an organized hunt by a superior underwater species, where humans are completely disadvantaged despite having modern technology. All hope of survival now bets on the captain's steering and fragile luck before the relentless, tight pursuit of the sea demons. That breathless escape is the most chilling proof that the ocean hides not only solitary monsters, but also organized and extremely aggressive hunting packs. The line between a sunset cruise and a bloody tragedy sometimes depends only on the durability of a boat engine. In your opinion, if the boat wasn't fast enough to shake off those blue monsters, what would be the fate of the tourists? Do you believe this is an undiscovered underwater tribe or a product of genetic mutation? Share your thoughts right below in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. I still hold other top secret files about deadly sea zones, and I will reveal them in the next video. Don't miss it.